What's up, Devils? J-Dog back, 6 a.m. Devils time, goddammit. And today's video might be a bit of a quickie because I got to run out here to go to some fucking bullshit that I don't want to have to go to. You ever get that, Devils? Got to go to crap you don't want to go to? Leave out the details. Don't want to fucking mess up any fucking panties if anyone that might be watching. Anyways, figured I'd knock out some quick comments. 64 of them to be exact. 64 Devils commenting on the best Cannibal Corpse lineup and best live stage banner. That's the video we're going over. Like I said, 64 Devils commented. And the first question I'm seeing here is Disguster 666 die. Never seen you comment, brah, brah. Look like a new devil. Welcome to the channel. What are some of your favorite underrated Hells Headbangers releases? I always thought the Sanguinis Imperium was a real standout. Super brutal and original sounding with double vocal attack. Seemed like it was a little ahead of its time for the barbaric death metal resurgence. Maybe didn't get the appropriate praise. Do you like that album? I thought that album was okay. Yeah, it's pretty decent stuff. I would say, yeah, you could put that in underrated category because I mean it moved. I mean, it didn't like fly off the door and it wasn't like a total dog bone, but it moved. I think we might even have I think we have a few copies left, so go over and check it out. It might even be the 333, and the reason being is we had a return pack from a distributor. I think we got like 20 or 25 copies returned, and it's just kind of like, oh, it's an older title, put it cheap so that way some of it's kind of like, the release is sold out. We've already, made back all our money and whatever profits we're looking to make. And it's kind of like, that way some other devils just get to kind of check it out. You know what I mean? So they can always just add it to like they're placing like a 2 LP order or whatever. They can add like a, nice cheap item. So it always, just kind of keeps some fucking music alive and stuff like that too. So in case like any of you guys, yeah. But I think we have some luck, but go over and check this fucking site. But as far as what I think underrated bands that Hell's Headbangers put out, I mean, I've said it before. I guess the Centurions, I'd kind of consider that because they did move pretty decent, steady movers, but not fly out the door type material. But I'd consider it kind of underrated because that's like those are some of my favorite albums like ever of all time, like up there with fucking the Cannibal Corpses, the fucking Morbid Angel, Ultras of Madness, Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath. My all time favorites. It's like up there. So for me, them not flying out the door, which I didn't think they would, and that's fine, whatever, didn't care. Um, that would be considered underrated, but who would be kind of like that was kind of like a reissue. Well, it wasn't kind of, it was like a first time on vinyl, then we reissue CDs. But who's somebody that I think's underrated that were just signed to us? Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll go on and say it too. I think first fucking band we ever did, Spawn of Satan. No one, two people talk about them. I think to this day that Spawn of Satan split with the Bloodsick and Reaper actually did the that Spawn of Satan discography disc, and we got those in stock too. So go over, you can either get it from him or we have it in stock too. So go over to Hell's and get the Spawn of Satan as a double disc. That's like I think everything Spawn of Satan put out is on there, and I think that shit's great. I've always loved that shit since we first put it out. It holds up to this day. The split, like I said, the tracks with the split with Bloodsick that we did our first release, those tracks are on there, and I listen to that to this day, and I fucking love it. The Dr. Claw vocals is fucking great. I would say probably that because that was like, yeah, it was slow when it first came out, but that's just because we were brand new. It was our very first release. But even to this day, like if we were to reissue it or whatever, I guarantee it wouldn't fly out the door. We'll sell some here and there, but nothing like flying. And I think that to me, that shit's mandatory. I think it's fucking great. So yeah, if you don't own the Spawn of Satan shit or you don't know it, you're definitely, in my opinion, you're missing the fuck out. From William Lenders, what's your opinion on death metal bands getting hardcore sounding vocalists? Cryptopsy, Decapitated, Psychroptic, etc. I listen to hardcore and I like some of those albums, but they are definitely lacking the vocal department. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Most of those bands I don't even care about, to be honest with you. But Cryptopsy, huge fan of the first two, Blasphemy Made Flesh and None So Vile. If I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be None So Vile, but Blasphemy Made Flesh is really, really close. It's definitely hard. I do like the third album, Whisper Supremacy, but it's nowhere near as good. And a big, big reason it's not is because the vocals. Nothing against fucking Mike or anything saying he sucks, but Lord Worm was Lord Worm, and Lord Worm was fucking the voice of Cryptopsy for me. So, and then, yeah, you got Mike came in, and his vocals were more like hardcore, like you said, and that was definitely a turnoff. And then the last album I heard by Cryptopsy was a Then You'll Beg. Like, I picked it up, kind of didn't like it, kind of liked it. It'd be kind of like it's a background acceptable listen now, but it's, you know what I mean? And I never listened to anything since after that. I mean, because I was disappointed, and that was it. Even when Lord Worm came back, they did that one album. I think I might have checked out a track on YouTube or whatever, but I figured I was like, I mean, the band to me, they're pretty much they so drastically changed and they're done now, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But the first two albums are legendary. First two Cryptopsies, I've always said it. Actually, those are my favorite albums that come out of Canada. Because you talk to all like a lot of old heads, they're going to say, Exciter, Sacrifice, Slaughter. For me, favorite albums come out of Canada of all time, without a doubt, fucking Cryptopsy. I lost my goddamn fucking place in this page. It's this shit ass fucking phone. So bear with me for 2 seconds here, devils. Let's see what the fuck I. Joe Dinkins at the top, just making a comment, no question there. You said you got to keep this one a little quicker. From Mushroom Leg, he's got a question. Was there ever any music that actually truly scared you? I bought Butchered at Birth on CD at the Exchange when I was 12, and I was not ready for that packaging. The art, the Albert Fish liner, was definitely scared me for life in a good way. Not really. The only thing I kind of did, I remember just listening in a dark room or whatever, like listening to Mortician with the intros and just a really dark, just because the music just sounds really dark and low and heavy. Kind of that came. I wouldn't say it scared me, but I had a really good creepy feeling. Kind of like like when you're a kid, especially if you go to a haunted house, like not if you're not one of the pussies that are just batshit scared, but you kind of got that. It's got that eerie, creepy feeling, but that's why you went there because that's what you wanted because it was good. It's in a good way. That maybe the first time I heard "Blood of the Saints" by Evil Incarnate, I definitely thought that had like a really dark, eerie, yeah, it wasn't like pissing my pants or anything, but kind of like this is fucking yeah, scary in a really good way. Those those are the two that come to my mind. Can't really think of anything else that would fit that criteria. It's a little funny. uh, from Anne Marie Oliver. So a fucking doublet commenting, "Hey Justin, I'm allowing my husband to post on here because he's lazy and doesn't have a YouTube account yet. So he's using her account. So I guess here we go. His comment. Hey J Dog, enjoy your videos every morning while starting work. Just had a question with regards to deicide. No problem, rah. That's what I'm here for. Honestly, and I know that this will sound sound poser like, and I get that, but my favorite deicide album, if I'm being honest, is Overtures of Blasphemy, with Stench not far behind. I can play overtures from front to back without a problem. I can't say that about many CDs. Do you think that if fans prefer later releases over the classic more core releases like Legion, for example, does that make them a poser in their like poser like in their appreciation of the band? Thanks, J Dog Kent. So Kent, I kind of answered this in a previous video, but I haven't posted it yet. By the time you see this, it'll be posted. No, if you like later albums, that doesn't make you a poser. The fact that you tell me that your favorite albums by Deicide are Overtures of Blasphemy and Stench of Redemption, which I do like those albums, but they're by no means my favorite, not even close, but I do like them. I own them. I like them. Overtures, I like Overtures more than Stench even. I thought Overtures was really good. It tells me that, and I could be wrong on this. I mean, you're married, so you can't be too young. It tells me that you're probably young and that you're kind of late to the game. But that doesn't make you a poser. You like what you like. I don't think someone's only a poser about. You can watch my previous video based if they're just pretending to like something they don't. If you like Deicide and you like Korn and you like fucking all this deathcore shit that I hate personally, that doesn't make you a poser, and I would totally still get along with you. It's just a poser is somebody pretending to like something that they don't. I know of for sure two people that almost everybody watching this channel knows who they are, and I'm definitely not going to say that publicly. At least half the people on this channel that are watching this would definitely know the names if I mentioned that you guys would consider true metal fans. You think they're true metal fans. I know them personally, and I'm telling you right now, I know for a fucking 100% fact they're fucking posers. Two for sure. Two 100% for sure. 100% posers. One of them is actually currently kind of somewhat getting out of metal. Is easing his ways out. But I always knew for years, I'm like, this dude's a fucking poser. And it has nothing to do with liking later stuff. It's because he's pretending to like death metal and shit, and he doesn't. So, but again, no names mentioned because I don't want to fucking start a little shit fit going on. That's gonna, it's not gonna benefit me in no way, and I'm not here to fucking just completely shit on somebody. But like I said, that's what makes a poser. You liking later Deicide album, not a newer one. That doesn't make you a poser. It means you like just like different stuff. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. We can all get along with that. I don't care. You're free to like what you like. As long as you truly like it, you support it, then yeah, you're good to go, brah brah. Evan Wilson, yo, iDog, what's your top Hemorrhage releases? Can you do a video of your Hemorrhage LP collection? Cheers. Sure will. Good idea. So I got Cannibal Corpse, Slayer, I definitely need to do. And then, yeah, I'll do a Hemorrhage as well. And my favorite, I actually like everything by Hemorrhage. And I would say my favorite is probably Anatomical Inferno. That's the first album I heard, but a very, very close second. That's a lot of times I'm resorting like this might be my favorite in my adult years is a Medic Cult. But definitely those two, Anatomical Inferno and Medic Cult. Groom's not far behind at all. And Morgue Sweet Home is really, really close in there too. But I like every album, but you know, even the last album I thought was good. Definitely thought was good. I own, because it took a while for, I think every album by them is on LP now. And I definitely own an LP, I think. I think I own every single 7-inch too. I'll show the 7-inch as well, including like the Christ Denied 7-inch. Because I know it's a hard one to get. I own that. And but I think I own every single album on vinyl. And if I don't, it's probably because it didn't come out on vinyl. But I'm trying to think of one. The Hells did the Apology for Pathology. I have the there's the first 100 on a colored vinyl. Show that, but we did that. What was that? 2008, 2009. But I was glad to be part of that. I think that album's great too. That was right before. Was that the album that they signed with Relapse? Maybe that was right before they signed to Relapse. Because actually, little fun fact for you, I actually used to, my teenage years, I used to talk to Louisma, the guitar player of Hemorrhage, talk to their email all the time. A lot of the 7-inches I got in the mail, I bought directly from him. Bought some shirts from him. That's why if they made it to MDF, which we know that they didn't there, I want, not only did I want to see Hemorrhage, I wanted to kind of hit up Louisma. I don't know if you remember me or not. We used to talk in that Hotmail instant messenger as well. And just through email. Talked all the time. I don't know if you remember me. I mean, I think he probably would because, like I said, we did the Nunslaughter Hemorrhage split 7-inch, Hemorrhage Apology for Pathology LP, and then we did like 2 shirts. I think that's all we released. So we worked with them too. So anyways, I just kind of want to hit it up like, hey man, just finally get to meet, get my picture with them. And so yeah, but right when they left Morbid Records or whatever, I remember talking to Louisma and saying, hey, well, Hell's Headbangers would be more than willing to sign you guys, like as a permanent band, doing their CDs, LPs, their digital, everything, t-shirts. And but they went with Relapse because Relapse had a bigger offer, and no hard feelings. I understand. Money talks, bullshit walks. So I get it. But that I remember specifically talking to him about possibly signing with Hells Headbangers. From Forgotten Channels, my OCD is driving me nuts with your Judas Priest Remaster CD collection. With mine or yours? I'm assuming you stopped at Defending and finished with Painkiller. What is the disc in between? Yeah, the latest Judas Priest I do own is Painkiller, but the albums before that, wasn't that Turbo and what is it, Ram It Down? Aren't those kind of like the dance metal albums? And I don't own those at all. And then the last one prior to that, a lot of the Priest albums I kind of get mixed up. I mean, I know like the first 2, I basically, so the very first one at Rock-A-Rolla, I don't like. I think that album's boring as shit. Sad is, what is it? Sad Wings for Destiny. That's the second one. I like most of the songs on that. Sin After Sin. I like most of the songs, but not all. First time I think I liked every single song. I think it was the first one was Hellbent for Leather, where I liked every single song. And what is it? Is that after that? Is it British Steel and Screaming for Vengeance? After that, I get hazy. What's next? Ram It Down, not Ram It Down, whatever the hell's after that, Defending the Throne or whatever the fuck it is. I get hazy because a lot of those, when I got in a Priest, I kind of bought it all within a very, very short time frame, all the CDs and shit that I own. So, yeah, but I know for a fact I don't own Turbo, and I think the other Fruity album, is it Ram It Down? I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But the latest one of all the ones, it's I think Painkiller is a great album, actually. So that would be the latest I do own. I'm going to make this the last one, guys, because I said this is going to be, don't see too many other questions, but this is a good one, and it's from fucking Joe Dinkins, the guy with the fucking coolest dog with the goddamn battle vest. J-Dog, what are your thoughts on the band Deranged? Deranged from Sweden. I think they're fucking great. Got to see them only once at Maryland Death Fest. My favorite Deranged albums is not what the most Old Devils. Most Old Devils is Rated X and Rated X and the fucking High on Blood. The first 2 albums, those albums are great. I like them. Those actually recently came out on vinyl LP, which like a reissue. in color vinyl. Hell's got them in. I picked one of each up, but for the years I wanted to do all the Deranged shit reissue, but it's another one of those no reply type deals. My favorite Deranged though are actually probably unconventional people. It's the self-titled and the album 3, Roman numeral 3. Probably just because those are the first ones I heard. Actually, I bought both those at Brian Baxter's shop. Um, Plainfield Cemetery. I remember I don't own that album. I thought I did. I think that was a deal with his like early Hells days where it happens to this day. It's like I listened to it in the shop and I thought I picked it up and I never did. I'm like, fuck, so I don't have a copy of this day, especially a goddamn LP. I'd really like to own it because I'm sure it goes for probably a bitch to get. I know we had them in the shop. It's one of those things. Thought I got it, forgot, just never got around to it. But I remember that's when they changed vocalists, and I didn't. I was a little disappointed at first, but it grew on me. So I listened to it multiple times. So it's like, fuck, how the fuck don't I have this? That pisses me off. But that and the last couple albums they did, the riffs kind of were a little bit kind of like Cannibal Corpse, Gallery of Suicide in parts ish. So it sounded a little different than that, but I liked them. They drew them. I picked up both of them. Was it Struck by Murderous Rage or whatever? And was the covers are a little more comic booky than I would like, but yeah, they're a solid band. I don't think they have a dud in the catalog. There's a couple of them like there's that EP which I have. What was that? Severed Records in the like the 2010ish. I forget what it's called. I remember I don't like Know It. There's a few things I don't know as well, but I've never heard anything that sucks. And I'm a relatively pretty big fucking fan. Like I said, there's another band I wanted to work with. Hells. That's another band they're fucking slacking like a motherfucker on shirts. That's another reason why I wanted to work with them because I want to do all their albums on T-shirt. I've at least heard every single. Another album I really like a lot too is the fuck is it? It's something like, damn it, what is it? Annoy the shit out of me. Yeah, there it is. Red Light Murder Case. That's like a more mid tier. What is that between like right around the self-titled 3? I forget where it's in the catalog. I think that I love that one too. So those probably my favorite 3 would be the number 3, the self-titled, and the Red Light. Those are probably my absolute favorites, the ones I know the best. And then yeah, High on Blood and the fucking Rated X are great too. So yeah, that's it for this one. And you know what it is. Leave all the comments and questions in the fucking video. Now get them answered at fucking 6 a.m. bright and early like always. See you in the next one. Later.